Tucker Carlson just torched Joe Biden in front of a massive crowd. You guys have got to check this out.
Few truly clarifying voices inside of the landscape of American politics, and one of those is Tucker Carlson. In times when the world shatters, right? When the crust of the earth like splits open and there's like an earthquake, a political earthquake, particularly, and a cultural earthquake, like when Joe Biden has an absolute dementia seizure, Alzheimer's seizure, live on TV for 90 straight minutes. You seek out clarifying voices like Tucker's. And the reason why everybody seeks out clarifying voices like Tucker's is because you look for people who have never lied to you. You look for people who aren't paid propagandists. So many in the corporate press, virtually everybody in the corporate press, right, left, and center, are all paid propagandists who are speaking power to truth. And the reason the First Amendment was written is to speak truth to power. The First Amendment, reporters, journalists, truth tellers, were supposed to fight on our behalf the tyrannical, oligarchical kleptocracy, the power, right, that is trying to put a boot on the back of all of our necks.
And the best way to find out who's a true truth teller and who's just a paid propagandist is plain and simple. Will the media ever go after this person? You guys think the media is ever going to attack any of the View hosts? No, absolutely not. But the Joe Rogans, the Tucker Carlsons of the world, yeah, they have a massive problem with them. Because they're not afraid to say the right thing and actually speak truth to power, just like he says here.
With the broken matrix that we live in fact, most people inside the corporate press with megaphones, they are tools of power. They are tools of the institutions that wish to oppress us, and Tucker Carlson is not. And it makes Tucker Carlson, in these moments, somebody who has insatiable takes on the debate. And just about 12 hours ago, Tucker Carlson released his actual take on the debate. It was a deafening silence, as they say. But Tucker Carlson popped up, finally, and said, you know what? This is what Joe Biden's dementia, seen from 10,000 miles away, looks like. This post has gotten 33 million views, has gotten 30,000 reposts, and 100,000 likes. It's gotten 13,000 saves. It's fair to say this thing has gone as nuclear as any response to Joe Biden's debate performance. And for good reason. Because what Tucker Carlson actually does here is call out the institutions that allowed it to get this bad, that allowed the gaslighting about Joe Biden's condition to carry forward. And now they're just scared that you all know what they've known for a very long time. They are the protection mechanism for power. It's what makes them so evil, and it's why it's so important that we build an independent media. Tucker Carlson, on his Tucker Carlson Network, releasing this video, so awesome. Let's begin with Tucker's introduction about the debate.
Watch CNN today, and they had the presidential debate, the U.S. presidential debate. And maybe some of you saw it, and if you did, well, it was amazing. It was amazing on every level. But what was especially amazing was afterward they went to the panel of assembled Democratic operatives posing as journalists, and all of them were like shocked. But I watched CNN today, and they had the presidential debate, the U.S. presidential debate. And maybe some of you saw it, and if you did, well, it was amazing. It was amazing on every level. But what was especially amazing was afterward they went to the panel of assembled Democratic operatives posing as journalists, and all of them were like shocked to discover that Joe Biden has dementia, like they couldn't believe it. What? Oh my gosh! He's non-compos mentis! No way! Are you serious? And I'm thinking to myself, what year is it? 2024-ish? Middle-aged people identify with that? Okay, 2024, people are saying. It was 2019 that I heard from a friend of mine who was friends with his sister, Val, that the family was very upset because Joe has dementia and he's running for president. And, well, I said this on TV, by the way, at the time, and was denounced as a racist or something. I mean, everything, in the United States, like, that's just like the all-purpose term for shut up. Racist! It's like, I think he's white. Shut up, racist! Okay. Anyway,
It's true.
But his sister had told a friend of mine, like an actual friend of mine, one of my neighbors, that the family was upset and that his son, sadly, had passed away. By the way, not in Iraq fighting a war for freedom, but of cancer. I don't think he's aware of that. But sad. and that the family was convinced he needed to kind of get it out of his system by running for president. But of course, no one's going to make Joe Biden the nominee because we had Pete Buttigieg for that. Who's now it's a joke, but at the time they were like, people are going to love Pete Buttigieg. He's incompetent, but he's gay. Great. And then people were like, what? No. So they had to go to Joe Biden, and he actually became the nominee and then somehow became the president. But it was obvious the whole time that he had no idea where he was, and that it was cruel, and that his grasping, horrible wife, who like poses as a doctor, was pushing this so she could go to state dinners. And everyone knew this. Like, there's not one person who didn't know this.
So what Tucker begins here with is saying what a known secret Joe Biden's dementia was, and how these people have lied to you. And
is it too much to ask for the president of the United States to have the mental acuity to actually know what's going on in the room around him? Because a lot of times, and I'm not trying to be hateful or anything to Joe Biden, watch him give any rally and he struggles getting up and down the stairs. He's always looking around. He doesn't know what's going on. I hate to be that guy. I think what we're witnessing right here is elder abuse. Because I don't think that this man should be going through this. Put him in a retirement home. Let him have fun playing some board games, playing some backgammon. Just let him be. Do not put him in the most stressful position on the entire planet just because he's easy to manipulate. You can't do that. But that is the sole reason that he is there. He's not the one calling the shots. I think we all know. There's people in the background, the very shady characters. And Joe Biden is just an easy guy to manipulate. So that's why he's in the position he's in. I don't think he should be going through this right now, let alone running again in 2024. That's just insanity to me.
Recently lived right next to Hunter Biden. Do you know that Tucker Carlson's like neighbor in Georgetown, where he lived, was Hunter Biden? They were neighbors. Tucker Carlson knows this family and knows them very, very well. Knows everybody who has direct access to the Bidens. And so when he pops off about, of course, the media protection mechanism and the basic understanding that Joe Biden already had dementia when he ran for president in 2020, this becomes quite shocking. And so Tucker Carlson, of course, being the kind of person who can really turn the screws there, and then he continues.
Even given the high standards of politeness offered to foreigners in foreign lands, everywhere I've traveled around the world for the past 4 years, and it's been a lot of countries, people are like, so Joe Biden, how is he? And I'd be like, well, I think he has dementia. He certainly does. Like, everybody knows, because they have, I can't remember, the internet. And it has video on it. And it takes about 15 seconds to determine the leader of the most powerful country in the world, with this mass nuclear arsenal involved in 2 simultaneous wars, doesn't know what day it is. And that's really scary. But if you come to the United States and you're in the media envelope, this like fake world created by this disinformation specialists who run our media, that's never mentioned at all. It's like everyone it would literally be like everyone pretending Jacinda Ardern is like a legitimate person, which they may have done in New Zealand. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Where people say, oh, that's the prime minister. What? It's ridiculous, actually. But everyone sort of plays along like it's not happening. And the whole Emperor's New Clothes story is based on this phenomenon, which is a very human phenomenon. But for the media today to be like, wow, we just got the diagnosis, this is shocking, he can't run for president. Kind of, either they're really stupid, like too stupid to breathe unaided, or they're liars. They're truly dishonest. They're hiding the obvious from you. And I'm betting on the latter, but even more amazing was the response to that. So remember that our media are not just observers of reality or describers of reality, people who bring you the story first on the scene. No, they're the gatekeepers to reality. You don't know what the world looks like except through them. Like, they are the pipeline through which all information flows. And in the United States, they're political actors. They work for a political party.
Who would know more about the inner mechanisms of the media than Tucker Carlson? This man's been in media for like 2 decades. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and that's why they're so threatened by him. That's why Fox News got rid of him, even though he had the most highly rated TV show, I think in like the show's history. Maybe Bill O'Reilly was more popular, but the fact is, he was by far the most popular on the network, but they still got rid of him. What he said at the end there is right on the money. He said the media doesn't just tell you the facts. They don't just say, oh yeah, this is what happens. They're just regurgitating it back to you. No, they are shaping reality as we know it. Everything that we know and hold true is based off the media. It's what they tell us. And it's only recently when people are starting to question it. Before Donald Trump, people just believed the media. Whatever they told you, oh yeah, let's believe it. Why would we ever question it? The media knows best. Then Donald Trump comes along, starts talking about fake news. You mean this whole time I was being bamboozled right in front of my eyes? It was the adaptation and the invention of the iPhone and the smartphone that is really their worst enemy. Because now, people can get news in a snap of a finger. They'll know exactly what's going on anywhere in the world so quickly. And before, we never had that luxury. So I guess that's why they're so threatened by information, because they know they can't really stop it anymore. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. What do you think? Does Tucker Carlson know what he's talking about? And also, let me know. Give me 3 people whose news that you trust, where you watch them and you're like, yeah, they know what they're talking about. I like Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan. And I guess number 3 would be the Benny Show. This guy's very articulate. He knows what he's talking about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to smash a like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. It truly does. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.